Storey Racing was set up in 2017 as just a UK elite club team. We made the progression into 2018 as a UCI women's team. The team was set up by myself and my wife, Sarah Storey, who is still competing. Sarah has a huge amount of Paralympic medals and world titles to her name, and it is a team, primarily set up to help her racing, but also help the the British talent, emerging through in a kind of an area that needed a bit of help. So we were more than happy to help those riders progress.
Going into some of the UCI races as well, it's just been a big learning curve, and I've managed to flourish in areas that I never thought I could. Like, I'm a better crit rider now, and I can climb better now, and I'm just developing from each season.
For me, Storey Racing was a bit of a change. I was looking for a slightly different calendar, still wanted to be a part of a British team, and Storey Racing gave that opportunity. So we're an all-British UCI team, racing both domestically and also in some UCI events.
The start to this year being a UCI women's team has been great. We've had entry into some of the some UCI races, women's tour being obviously a real highlight for us as well, and I think it's just we're seeing various different level of competition.
And competition is fierce in the women's peloton. Since the UCI Women's World Tour began in 2016, the world's elite riders have competed on a global platform, proving a target for aspiring young talent.
The Women's World Tour is a great stage to race on now. It's like the next step up of women's cycling is as a whole. There's more races, more stage races, as well as those one-day classics. I was watching all the little videos that was coming from the Women's Giro. Being able to watch the racing that's going on abroad is great, and I'd love to be able to watch more of it. There isn't enough of it being streamed live, and we need more of that to make women's cycling step that next direction. We just need more coverage, and that's just going to get more people inspired to race it and watch it as well.
The popularity of women's cycling is on the up, and Prudential Ride London was another chance for the women's peloton to show what they have to offer, and an opportunity for UCI women's team Storey Racing to mix it at world level.
Ride London, it's such a special race to be able to race on the Mall in central London on closed roads, and that's just being done just for us, just for the women's peloton. It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. So it's such a huge privilege to be able to do that, and to be able to be a part of an all-British team participating as well. It's something quite special.
We were really lucky to race the Women's Tour this year as well. That was completely different to Ride London, as we were travelling on the road, so we're moving from hotel to hotel, and it's just a big step up. The racing is at big level. As you turn around the corner and you're seeing the next big superstar around the corner, you're like a bit starstruck at the same time. You're like, no, I've got to race you tomorrow, and I actually would love to try and beat you. So yeah, it is really cool, and you get to learn a lot from how they race in the peloton as well. I mean, I've picked up loads of little tricks of the trade from racing the Women's Tour.
As well as picking up tricks of the trade from elite riders, having two managers with Paralympic pedigree gives the British team every chance of making it to the top of women's racing, the UCI Women's World Tour.
We have a reasonable level of experience between myself and Sarah, and I think being able to have that experience and pass that on to other riders, I think is great for us to be able to do, but also great to be able to see the results of that as well. And it's you having raced kind of all around the world, both myself and Sarah, you see you find the best way of doing things, and that's not always written down in a book or on a website.
Yeah, Barney and Sarah are just gold mines of knowledge. They've got so much experience. You can tell just from their own personal results on the bike and the way they've successfully managed a team for so many years in various forms.
The Women's World Tour has been set up. That is obviously the pinnacle for teams and riders, and with that, I think growing the kind of the roots underneath that a little bit more, that will enhance everything.